welcome to a moment of tranquility. My name is Sherry Beaudry and I will be your yoga instructor today. We're going to do a beginner session with nice, easy poses. And I will ask you, if you want to participate, to grab your mat, a beach towel, whatever props are going to make you comfortable, blocks, straps, pillows, whatever you like, and join me. So come on down to your space. And I'll ask you to begin in bound angle, which is with the soles of your feet together. And if you find this too hard to keep you're focusing too much on your back, because what I want you to do is focus on lengthening out your inner thighs. You can lay back and really focus just on and let your knees fall to the sides. So come down, choose whichever pose you'd like, whether it's seated or reclined. Close your eyes, and I'm just going to spend a few minutes getting you grounded and ready for your practice. So start to slow down your breathing. Nice long inhale. Feel that chest expand, and then on your exhale, slow that down as well. Letting your knees drop to the sides. Just relaxing your arms. And as you work on slowing down your breathing and relaxing, I'm going to ask you to focus on your scent. So anything around you, not just you, but anything you can smell, and identify those one by one. On your inhale, take it in, and on your exhale, let go of the stress. And then move on to your hearing. And list in your mind any sounds you're picking up. Next, notice what you can taste. You take a swallow. Maybe you've got some water nearby and you want to take a sip. Notice the sensation of that going down your throat. Feel the air coming down your throat. To what you can feel. What can you touch around you? What is it? And emotionally, How do you feel? What do you feel? If you pick up anything negative, emotionally, mentally, I'm going to ask you just to put it aside. Take note in your mind of the space you've created for your yoga practice and just place it down outside of that space, just for the next hour. You can always pick it right back up again and take it with you when you're done. And also with the feeling physically, notice within your body what might need some work, what may be sensitive and that you need to pay attention to. And listen to that. Honor your body and what it tells you through this practice. Don't push yourself beyond your limits. Next, open your eyes and look around you. Notice what you can see. Look for different things. Notice the colors. And maybe come up on your elbows. And then push your hands into the floor and bring yourself up. And I'm going to ask you to start moving. So the first pose is called Half Lord of the Fishes. You stretch out your right leg in front of you and flex that foot. Maybe do the same with the other, just to shake out your legs. And then you're going to bring it back. So that right heel comes to the outside of your left hip. And then your left foot is going to come over your right knee on the other side. Just like that. And if this is too much for you, feel free to leave that bottom, the right leg out. Or you can use a block if you have one nearby, if you feel like you're going to fall. You can always use this to tuck under your right hip just slightly. And once you get your legs placed, bring your right elbow on the outside of your left knee. Reach behind you with that left hand. And on your inhale, lengthen your spine. And on your exhale, twist. At the same time, push on that left knee with your right elbow in towards you. And then look over your left shoulder. And come back to center and switch. Unwind, bring your left heel to the outside of your right hip. Bring your right foot to the outside of that left knee. Hook that left elbow on the outside of your right knee. Pull it in towards you. Inhale to lengthen your spine. And exhale to reach back behind you with that right hand and twist. And look over your right shoulder. And come back. Let's do that again on the other side. switch again. And switch again. One more time each side. And once more. And come back to center. And the next pose you're going to go into is called gate. So you can leave that left foot where it is, bring your right foot beside you, and you're just going to push yourself up with that left hand onto your knees and come right up on your knees. If you're finding this hard on your knees, you can always fold your mat once or roll it and make yourself a nice cushion with your mat. Then come on back up, and you're going to stretch out this right leg beside you and flex your foot. Your left arm comes up on your inhale, and then on your exhale, slide the right hand down the right leg and come down as far as you can, wherever it lands. Could be your knee, your shin. Maybe you can reach your toes, and you're looking up towards the ceiling, underneath your arm. Your torso is open towards me. Come on back up on your inhale and switch to bring the left hand down to the mat, and the right arm comes up. And this time point your toes on the right and bring your hand right overhead. And this time you're looking up to the ceiling under your right arm. Come on back up again and switch. Gonna be some repetition today. Straightening out your left leg, flexing that foot on your inhale, straight up with the right arm, and on your exhale, slide down with that right arm. Back up, bring your right hand to the floor, and the left arm comes up and over your head, pointing your left toes. Come on back up, switch again. So we're going to the right side. Sorry. Left arm up, right arm down. And then the other direction. The other side. And the right hand down, right over your head. And one more time each side. Switch again. Last time. And coming back, you're going to keep your toes tucked in the back. Come down to your table. Fingers spread wide, hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, about hip width apart, And on your inhale, lift your knees and your hips, and exhale into your downward facing dog. Drop your head between your elbows and work on straightening out those legs. So maybe pedaling out one foot at a time. Your heels may not touch the mat. Then look towards your thumbs. Walk your feet in. Tuck for your forward fold. And then inhale to come all the way up. So today you're doing half sun salutations. We've done classic so far and we've done moon. This half sun salutations, you don't go down to the floor, you just stay on your feet. So we do go forward fold, but we don't go down to cobra and those floor moves. So inhale up and salute the sun. Exhale, diving forward. Tuck nice and tight, bring your head into your knees. Inhale, half lift. And then exhale to let the breath out again. And on your inhale, come up. Salute the sun and exhale to your chair. So chair, you're sitting back on your heels. You should be able to lift and spread your toes. Try and have your elbows beside your ears. Inhale, back up. Your salute again. And exhale either to mountain. I should go over that again. Mountain is feet hip width apart. If you lift and spread your toes and put them back down again, it activates the bottom part of your legs. Then if you slightly bend your knees, you're engaging your upper legs. Then slightly tilt your pelvis, you're engaging your core. Lengthen your side arms. Bring your shoulders down and away from your ears. Chest is open and gaze forward. You're neutral with this is mountain. So we'll keep going with your half sun salutations. Each move is a breath, in or out. And you could also come down to prayer instead of mountain. So your whole body's engaged, just like I showed you, but your hands are at your chest. Keep going with these. I think we're at about 5. And that was 6. chair on your exhale. 7. That was 8. 9. 10. 11. 'You're doing great. Keep it up. Diving forward, tucking your head, inhale, half lip. Chair. Just a couple more and then we're going to go for break. All right, you keep going with these while we take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to a moment of tranquility. I'm going to get you to do some more twisting, but this time standing. So if you cross your right foot over your left and bring up your arms and twist towards your right. Then the other way. Of course, you'll notice your mobility is much further one side or the other, and come back to center and cross your legs the other way. So your left foot comes across your right, and then twist in the opposite direction of your legs. And then the other way. And come back to the center. You can do that a couple more times, just switching sides. Twist to the right with your upper body. And then the left. And come back to center. Switch your feet again. You can let your arms down to rest them in between. Switch again. Last time. Inhale when you bring your arms up. Exhale to twist towards the right first. Come back to the center on your inhale. Exhale to the right. And come back to your center. Relax your arms. Bring your feet apart. Just a little bit of space. Inhale all the way up for that upward salute again. Stretch those arms out. And exhale to come down to the floor. And you're doing some revolved twists from down here. So starting on with the right arm, leave your left hand down on the mat and inhale up. With that right, pull that shoulder up and back. Bring the right hand back down to the mat and do the same on the left. Trying to keep those legs straight because they're going to want to bend. Back down to the mat with the left hand. Bring up that right hand on your inhale and breathe. Remembering that shoulder up and back. Switch sides again. Same thing with the shoulder on the left, up and back. And one more time each side. Exhale all the breath out and inhale to roll back up. Now you're going to do some warrior sequences. If you come to the top of your mat, and you can probably face me, this will be easier if you're, so if you move your mat lengthwise, like I have them in both directions, move it lengthwise so that you don't have your back to me. And I'll switch. So stepping back with the left leg first into your warrior one stance. And warrior one, you want a little bit of space in between your hips. Bend in that front leg. Your left foot is flat on the floor, leg is straight, toes slightly pointed in. And you turn your torso to that front edge of your mat and inhale up with the arms. Exhale to drop those shoulders away from your ears. This is your warrior one. And if you straighten out that front leg, just pivot your feet so that you're facing me. And you're going to give me a wide-legged fold here. So bring your toes pointed towards the front. Put your hands on your hips. And on your exhale, trying to keep that back straight and just hinging forward at the hips. Come right down. Seeing if you can get your hands on the floor. Feel free to widen your stance here as much as you like. You can bend your elbows if you're down that far. You can even put your head on the mat if you can get down that far. Give me a half lift, strengthening or straightening out your arms, and then exhale. So shimmy your feet in, just heel toe all the way in so that you can come down to a squat. And this varies for everyone where they're comfortable with their feet. You can have your feet up on your toes with your heels touching, or maybe you wanna have some space. You can have your feet flat and just come down with your elbows pushing out on the inside of each knee and trying to straighten out your spine. Then bring the hands back to the mat and you're going to switch sides for your warrior one. So lengthening, stepping out with your left foot and setting up with your hands on the floor, push into the mat, get into your warrior one on the other side. So a little space between your hips, like you're on train tracks, cross-country skis, and then come up. Once you have your bottom half settled, twist your torso toward the other side of your mat and then inhale up with the arms. Exhale to settle into this pose. Bring those shoulders away from your ears. And again, straighten that leg out, turn towards the front. Pivot your feet, and you're going to come back down into that wide-legged fold. Hands on your hips, inhale, and exhale, hinging at the hips. If you can't get down to the mat and you want to work on getting down there, you can use your block as a prop, and I'll show you that on the next one. Shimmying your feet in, heel toe in to that squat again. Coming down. Pushing out on your knees with your elbows. Hands back to the mat. And this time you're going to come into warrior two for a stance. So place your right foot, get your back foot lined up this time like you're on a tightrope. So back heel with the arch of the back foot. Same bend in the right leg. This time your torso comes to the front. Up with the arms in a T position. Then look over your right middle finger. Pull that knee out. Look down, make sure you can see your big toe past your knee. You don't want to overextend. You want that knee to come past your toe. And you can palm up in the front and reverse your warrior. Tip back. Bringing your left hand to your left leg. Back to warrior two. Then again, straightening out that front leg and setting up for your wide-legged fold. Set up your feet on the other side for warrior two over here. So again, make sure your feet are lined up before you come up. Nice straight line with both of those feet. Torso again towards the front. Push that knee out. And come on up with the arms. Look over your left finger, left middle finger. And then turn your palm up to reverse your warrior. Tip back. Right hand on your right leg. Reach up to the ceiling. Back down to warrior two. Straighten out that leg. And I'm gonna grab my block so that I can show you. You're gonna come into the wide-legged forward fold again. These blocks are great props, not crutches, to help you achieve if you're looking to, you can put your weight on. This is the highest setting, this is medium setting, and this is the low setting. So you can start in high. If this is as far as you can get, that's good. That's fine. Respect what your body can do. Its flexibility, its limits. Maybe you can do the medium. And you can also use this for your head. Same thing, if you want to get your head down, you can use the block. Rest your forehead on it. With each breath, maybe you want to work on it, if you can. Coming down a little further. Give me a half lift on your inhale, and then heel toe those feet in to your squat. Hands back to the mat. Set up for warrior one again on the right with your feet. Torso to the front of your mat. Straighten out that leg. Wide-legged fold forward. Half lift, and let's go right into warrior one on the other side again, on your left. Torso to the other end. Your arms, you want to try and keep those elbows lined up with your ears. Back. Straighten out that leg. Your fold again. Come into warrior two on this side, on the right again. Line up your feet. Torso to the front. Hands in T position, arms. Look over that right middle finger. Pull out your knee. Take a look down for those toes. Hand up and reverse your warrior. Back to warrior two. Straighten out that leg. Wide-legged fold again. Set up for warrior two on the other side. Torso to the front. Track that knee out. Don't forget to look down on this side. Make sure you can see your toes past the knee. Look over your left middle finger. Palm up in the front. Tip back. Reverse. Warrior. Come back to warrior two. Straighten out that left leg. Wide-legged fold. And do that once more. Warrior one. Come to warrior one on the other side. Straighten out the leg, come back to the front, forward fold, wide-legged fold. Then warrior two. Torso towards me, looking over that right middle finger. Reverse that warrior on the right, one more time. Back to warrior two. Straighten out that leg, switch your feet. Torso to the front still. Look over the left finger, left palm up, tip your warrior, reverse it. Back to warrior two. Straighten that out, and this is your last wide-legged fold. Make it a good one. Half lift with the straight arms, and then start heel toeing, bending the knees, coming into your squat. Push out one last time on those knees. Bring your hands to the mat, and you're going to come down into child's pose from here. So coming forward to bring your knees down to the mat. Child's pose, I prefer wide-legged, but really it's up to you. So your knees come wide on either side of the mat, and your big toes are touching in the back. Sit on your heels and stretch forward with your arms. This is wide-legged child. Walk your hands back up, and I can show you the other version of child. If you bring your knees together, and again, your feet are together in the back, sitting on your heels, and you come forward, bring your forehead to the mat, leave your arms beside you, palms up. So your hands are beside your feet. Come on, back up from child. Come down onto one hip. And you're going to do boat. So leaving your feet on the floor and your knees bent. Your hands are beside your fingertips are just at your hips, facing your feet. Bend your elbows. Just lean back, and you're going to feel some strength in your torso here. If you want a little bit more, bring your feet off the mat. We'll show you many varieties of boat. You can straighten out your legs, and you can do the same with the bringing your upper body off the mat and leaving your feet on the floor. So if you bring your feet are on the floor, knees bent, bring your hands up beside you, lean back. Then maybe you want to bring your feet off the floor. Maybe you want to straighten out your legs. Try and keep your spine straight. It's going to want to round naturally. Try and keep that strength in your torso and bring everything back to the mat. Now I'm going to ask you to slide forward a little bit so you can come down onto your back. I'm going to work a little bit more on those hips. So lengthening out your left leg, bring your right knee into your chest. Then with your right hand on your knee, pull that knee out towards the right. Then you're going to pull that knee across in the other direction. Then bring it back, hug it tight again. Grab your big toe, foot to the sky. You still have a bend in your leg. Then pull. You can grab the inside of your sole here. Hand can be on the outside of your foot, wherever you like. And I want you to bring your right knee to the outside of your shoulder. If you can get it out as wide as possible. This is your half happy baby. Bring it back to the center. Hug your knee nice and tight. And switch your legs. Your left knee comes in. Hug it tight. Take that knee with your left hand and pull it out, down towards the floor. Then bring it back up and grab where you can to come into your half happy baby. Bring that knee back to the chest. Hug it nice and tight. Bring up the other knee. Hug the both nice and tight. Maybe rock from side to side. Then lengthen out both legs. And relax into your mat for your final resting pose. Let your hands fall open at your sides. And this is where I had mentioned at the beginning, if you want pillows, sometimes it's nice to put a pillow underneath your knees. Maybe someone would like a pillow under their head. Just let everything relax. Let those shoulders settle in. Let your head float back. And I'll leave you in silence for quite a few minutes. some movement back to your body. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, rock your head from side to side. And then roll over onto your right side. Just momentarily. Make a pillow with your arm. Curl your knees in. When you're ready, use your hands, push yourself back up to that seated position. Maybe you want to sit up on your block. An easy pose. Leaving your eyes closed, bring your hands to heart center in prayer. Thank yourself for taking this time for you, and thank you for joining us at a moment of tranquility. Namaste.